Provo, Utah, primetime kickoff on Fox, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, where the number 23 Utah Utes head on the road to take on the BYU Cougars, ranked number 15th in the nation. I'm Nathan Johnston alongside Brad Hopkins. It's time to break the huddle. Brad, the Holy War is back again for another great matchup, and this time national eyes on it from everywhere you look. Big Noon Kickoff is actually heading there this week, which says a lot because usually, hey, they're choosing between Ohio State, Penn State, and Michigan. So shout out to BYU and Utah for getting this one. I just want to ask you right out of the gate, Brad, how much bigger does this game feel now that it has Big 12 title implications?
Man, absolutely huge. And me and you, we were talking, in our pre-show, just how open the Big 12 is. I mean, it truly is. Texas Tech has kind of set themselves apart. But look, BYU's undefeated. Utah's got one loss. Both of these teams are still very, very much in it. Both these teams can still make it to AT&T Stadium in the first Saturday in December playing for a Big 12 championship. Huge implications, and these two teams and fan bases hate each other. It's going to be fun.
Shout out Cougs Coverage, local report affiliate of the BYU Cougs. I got the chance to talk with him before the season. He's now on a mission trip. Don't know where he's at. He'll be back in 2 years to come on the show. But until that day comes, he's talked heavily about this rivalry. That was the first thing we talked about on the podcast. Maybe I can throw in a few clips throughout the week as this rivalry comes into play. For years, Utah has really dominated this series, and now BYU looking to make this 3 straight over the Utes for the first time since in the 1990s, which is not that long ago for us, Brad, but for a lot of people, that's their whole life watching this game. So I just want to ask you as well, Brad. I mean, do you think this game could eventually be a college game day atmosphere?
Oh, absolutely. And obviously game day is going to be a big SEC match
in Athens.
But I would have loved to see it once again. Two teams, two programs, two universities that just don't really like each other. They're not that far apart. Yes, you have some other programs in the state of Utah, but I would say the majority, it's either BYU blue or Utah red.
It is.
So,
two opposite colors too.
Man, this is gonna be a fun one. This is gonna be a fun one. I love the name Holy War, and
it's fitting.
It's fitting, man. This is,
and I will say this. I don't mean to cut you off, but I thought of another point that the Cougs coverage guy said. He said this is not just about football. Like, these two schools genuinely hate each other.
That's exactly right.
And every program, every athletic event, like these, it doesn't matter who they're playing. They're going to root against the other guy.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see this one. Let's talk about Utah's profile and keys to the game. Utah's only lost to Texas Tech. They got blown out 34-10, and everyone thought Texas Tech was going to have some trouble. Baron Morton goes down early in that game with a concussion. Freshman quarterback comes in, cleans up the mess, and they go on to just absolutely dominate. And I think everyone would agree Texas Tech probably the favorite in the Big 12 right now, by far.
Big 12.
But here's Utah. If they beat BYU Saturday, they've got a chance, like you said, to get back, get that revenge against Texas Tech. And Texas Tech came out with a new logo that pretty much copies Utah's logo. I'm very disappointed. I don't know if you've seen it. It looks pitiful. But Utah's looks great. I love the W. It just makes sense. Texas Tech's not so great. But since then, the Utes have dominated 48-14 at West Virginia, 42-10 over defending Big 12 champ Arizona State. And correct me if I'm wrong, Sam Leavitt was out for that game.
Yeah,
so I think that's right.
Yeah.
And that makes a big difference. But you still got to give credit to Utah. They came out and took care of business. They didn't take it lightly, and they're ready for this game against BYU on Saturday night. Quarterback Devon Dampier, we've mentioned him briefly early on in the year, 71% completion rate, 1,100 yards passing, 378 yards rushing. He's a dual threat danger, and the strength, physical defense, plus ground game for the Utah Utes. Number 1 rushing offense in the Big 12 right now, even over a team like Texas Tech. That says a lot because Texas Tech can run the ball pretty good. Key for BYU, keep Dampier contained. Texas Tech did a great job of that. And what did they do? They executed.
Yes.
They dominated. So they've got to force him to win with his arm. That's the key to victory for BYU. Can they contain the edge? My question for you is, what's the best way for BYU's defense to handle a quarterback like Dampier? I know I kind of just answered that, but
it's a great question, Nate, because this is the matchup to me. If I'm BYU, I don't know that I'm necessarily bringing a whole lot. I may bring 3, maybe 4. and I'm spying him on it.
Yeah.
Maybe bringing 3 and having 2 spies split the field. Also, I think bringing a safety down as a robber, you've got to account for this guy. If Devon is a good passer, but he's got some flaws in his
He does.
game. It's where he thrives is RPOs, pulls. They're going to go QB power, QB zone with him. I love what Kyle Whittingham did. Kyle Whittingham went out. He got a new OC who brought Devon Dampier in. He revamped that offense, and they've got this unbelievable.
They came over from New Mexico, right?
New Mexico, correct. They've got this unbelievable rushing attack. Now, WaySean Parker, #1 for the Utes. I'm a huge fan of this guy. They're dangerous. I'm telling you, BYU has got their hands full. To me, Nate, they have not seen a rushing attack like this, like they're going to see on Saturday.
No, they're not. And they gave up some good rushing yards against West Virginia in that Friday night matchup that we covered a couple weeks ago on Break the Huddle After Dark. But the biggest thing for me that I want to look out for is, you've got, like you said, you've got to keep him contained. And if he does get out on the run, you've got to still force him to throw the ball.
Yes.
Make him make those last second throws out on the run and see if your defensive secondary can cover. And that's where we turn it over to BYU's momentum and freshman leadership. BYU fresh off of a double overtime win at Arizona, 33-27. A big performance for BYU. Big performance, because if they had lost that game, might have some trouble on Saturday. I think that double overtime win gave them some confidence to say, hey, we were battle tested, but we stuck it out. We won. Clutch performance from freshman quarterback Bear Bachmeier, who I've been very high on since before the season. Listen, this is a guy that transferred in from Stanford with his brother Tiger, who plays wide receiver. Everyone thought Jake Retzloff was the guy, and rightfully so, until all that stuff came out. He ends up transferring to Tulane. And I still thought Bear was the favorite to be the quarterback. And here we are, week 7, week 8 now, and he's the guy. Averaging 37.5 points per game, second only to Utah, 39.5 in the Big 12. So they're averaging more than Texas Tech right now with as good of an offense as Texas Tech has. Top 5 in total defense efficiency, physical on both sides of the ball. My question to you, Brad, is how has Bachmeier's poise as a true freshman changed the ceiling for this BYU team?
He's played great, and I'll be, I'll come clean here, Nate. When Jake Retzloff got dismissed, I thought, okay, BYU is going to be 7-5, 8-4. I was, I'm gonna, eat my crow here. I was wrong. Bear Bachmeier has done a unbelievable job. I'm very, very impressed with him. I will say he made some mistakes on Saturday against Arizona. But Nate, one thing that stands out to me is he's physical, he's tough. He's just smart with the football. His rushing ability has really stood out to me. They've got designed runs for him, and I think that's when you have got the ability to get an extra blocker in there because he has got an ability to run the football. That's big. He's made this team a serious playoff contender. So hats off to him. He has not played like a true freshman. He's played like a poised veteran.
Yeah, and one big guy that I want to give a shout out to is this guy right here on the outside, catching the ball for Bear Bachmeier, and that's Chase Roberts. Yes. This dude has been unbelievable. Absolutely. He's the next Puka Nacua for me, in my opinion. He's a very underrated wide receiver, 6'4", 210 pounds, redshirt senior. You're going to hear his name in the draft this next year. He has been unreal. He made some catches in that West Virginia game that we watched live at Break the Huddle After Dark where I was like, this guy's unstoppable. Yeah. And then even this past Saturday watching him, he was clutch. I mean, when the play breaks down and Bear needs a guy, this is the guy right here. Chase Roberts is the man of the town in Provo. If it's not Bear, it's LJ Martin, it's Roberts, it's Kingston. He's come up with a lot of plays as well. He's been dynamic in the slot. Ryan at the tight end position, he's a transfer that a lot of people have been high on. We had a lot of comments in the BYU Arizona video last week where they were very high on this tight end, Ryan, who was a transfer. I drawn a blank where he came from, Carson Ryan, but he's been a difference maker for this BYU offense as well. So, and to your point, like Bear Bachmeier, I didn't know what to expect of him, but I thought he gave them a chance. Yeah. Whenever you got a guy wearing a number that's in the 40s at a college level, look out. He's going to be a difference maker for this team. So I'm excited to see what he can do.
Absolutely. Yeah. I remember I made the comment to you. I was like, what is the quarterback wearing 47 for? And we were both reminded of Denard Robinson wearing 98. And it looks weird. He's fun to watch, though.
Well, and look at Stetson Bennett. He came in wearing what?
22.
So, like, it seems to be a trend that if you've got a quarterback coming in wearing a number that's outside of the teens or single digits, heads up. You might have a guy at quarterback.
That's right.
You just never know what you're going to get. And I think that brings us to our predictions for Saturday night. Both teams ranked top 5 in offense and defense in the Big 12. It's going to come down to discipline and turnovers for this game, Brad. Who's going to make more mistakes? Who's going to make less mistakes? The FPI leans towards Utah, but BYU has home field momentum and belief. And listen, it's big noon kickoff. The fans are going to be electric. It's an 8 p.m. kickoff, and you're going to have a lot of Utah fans there too as well. You're going to see a lot of red and blue. I kind of wish, but not wish, this was a neutral site. I know how a lot of people feel about neutral site games.
I just don't know where they would play at.
I don't know either, but it'd be cool to see half red, half blue in a stadium. But nonetheless, I'll turn over to you, Brad. Utah currently favored 3.5, I believe, 2.5. It keeps going back and forth. Who do you have coming out on top in the holy war, Utah or BYU?
You know, Nate, I'm reminded of so often how many times did we see on College Game Day the great Lee Corso say that he was not going to make a mistake twice and pick a team that he picked against. I picked against BYU last week, and I thought for 60 minutes and 15 minutes in overtime that I was going to be right. And give credit, Bear Bachmeier and the Cougars got it done. Nate, I'm going to go all in here. I'm going to go with the Utah Utes.
Wow.
And then Cougars fans may think that I just whatever. That's fine. Devon Dampier, this rushing attack, they're going to get it done. And we didn't talk about this guy, but Daly, the defensive end for Utah, he's got 8 sacks on the year. He makes Bear Bachmeier look like a freshman on Saturday.
Wow.
Give me the Utes. Give me the Utes in an upset.
Well, in the wise words of my grandma back in the day, shout out Grammy, love you very much. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I'm going to stick with the BYU Cougs. It's as simple as that. Bear Bachmeier has not disappointed me yet. He might disappoint me on Saturday night. But listen, this BYU team has the edge. They've got a great coaching staff. They've got LJ Martin at the running back position. They got Chase Roberts on the outside to go up there and get the ball at its highest peak. They got Jay Kelly at the linebacker position. Listen, they've got both of these teams have great defensive players.
Yes.
As much as we like to talk about the offensive sides for both these teams, the defenses deserve just as much credit. Absolutely. So this is going to be one for the ages, and whoever comes out on top in this one has the lead going forward, probably against either Cincinnati or Texas Tech. Keep in mind, Cincinnati's only lost Big Ten teams, so they're right there in the hunt for the Big 12 as well, and they are rolling too. Yeah. I picked them to beat Iowa State. They beat Iowa State. They win last week as well. Anyways, regardless, they've got whoever wins this team's got the momentum. But give me the BYU Cougs. Bear Bachmeier, I believe in you. I believe in you. Please get it done in Provo in this holy war. Fans, let us know down in the comments what you think about this game. Does Utah break the streak, or does BYU make it 3 straight? And drop your score predictions down below as well. Hit that subscribe button. Help us get to 1,000 subs. We really appreciate all the support. Check us out on Friday night. Break the Huddle After Dark, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, when we break down the Nebraska-Minnesota matchup. We'll see you Friday night. It's time to break the huddle.